And we are live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember when the business strategy of if you're kind to people and don't extort them, they're more likely to give you money was a rule? A common sense mentality, when a discount wasn't phrased as a fear of missing out threat, when a YouTube video could be an accurate representation of the person that made it, and you as a viewer had a hand in how well that video did, when you could draw art and it was good and that was enough for people to like it. An environment where things weren't dead, things were waiting. Things that were unseen, things that were underappreciated, were only that way temporarily. We can get that back. Make things for yourself. Make your personality, your freedom, all of that, something you value. And one day, you won't be paying to have your data stolen. Be you. Be loud. Start now. Seek things deliberately. Customize things. Mutually respect others. People need to value their autonomy, their individuality, their compassion. Use both their mouths and their ears. Fix the internet. All voices shall be heard. All people shall be valued. Remember all those times you were told to be yourself? Well, now your future depends on it. Be yourself. Celebrate your culture. Uplift others and support them. Look for new things by asking people, not letting an AI think for you. Prejudice and Puritanism is trying to rule the world right now. We can stop them by not letting them control us. Don't let them control you. Make them let you be gay. Make them let you be autistic. Make them let you be a different race because you are who you are. Value you. Value those you love. And all of this nonsense, all of the big hubbub in the world right now, all the moral panic, it's just the powers cringing at you and trying to cancel your sentience. Genuinely, that's all it is. It's cringe culture, and they're weaponizing it to hurt you, to exploit you, to make sure you don't make money because they think you're cringe. And it's not any deeper than that. They try to claim that it's deeper than that, but it's not. All of the science, every aspect of science has indicated that being queer is not a moral detriment to anyone. That being autistic means you have different needs, and that those needs should be respected, and that you should be listened to either way. You and your art and your interests are what the internet should be built upon. The internet should be built on us, on people, on the people who use it. People should use the internet, not the other way around. You deserve human rights. Yes, even those who are not human. If you're a talking rabbit, you still deserve those rights. And I've been thinking about this for a long time. I've gone on so many doom spirals because of this. But it can change. Things have been better before. Things have been better many times before. Because the moment you ascribe value to your autonomy, and the moment you ascribe value to your personal expression, the companies are going to start appealing to that instead. Because that's what happened before. That's what happened before, is when personal expression and autonomy was seen as good and a thing that people valued. All the companies switched all their products to being about personal expression, about choices, about you deciding what you want. And that culture has died out because people got complacent. They decided, okay, I'll just let the recommended page choose what I want to watch. You can do that, but be deliberate about it. Choose what you want. Don't let someone bully you into not being yourself. Every time you let someone bully you into not being yourself, the fascists win. And I'm not being hyperbolic. That is genuinely what's happening. I'm not even looking at chat right now, but I will look at it. I'm just here to say, all hope is not lost. We can build a world, or at least an internet, that is owned by the people that use it. We can build platforms where you are an artist and you create art and people value that art for what it is. You don't need to dethrone capitalism to make this work. Instead of trying to make yourself profitable, make profitable yourself. Because if everyone values autonomy, if the demand for autonomy rises, then so will the supply. And I firmly believe that. I firmly believe that if everyone, here's what you can do. Try making something for yourself. But don't post it right away. Wait a week. Maybe a month if you can handle it. Allow yourself to decide how you feel about your post before you ask others. And then keep doing that. Keep thinking for yourself before you let others think for you. And you'll start to come across a lot of healthier things. And the more you go towards things that make you happy, the less people can exploit you for your sadness. The less people can exploit you for all the stuff that they want to have control over. AI is a problem, but it's not a problem that we actually have to deal with if we just ignore it. If you just don't use anything related to AI, it will stop being profitable for the companies, and eventually they will give up. Now, they're already serving the illusion that it's profitable. Because people aren't thinking for themselves. They're just believing what people spit out at them. But I want you to interpret this video. If you disagree with me, then do it. Disagree with me. If you want to be loud, be loud. I am not afraid anymore of what people have to say to me. Because I know what's true about myself. And you deserve to know what's true about yourself too. Support the indies is often a phrase that we like to use, and yes, support the indies, but also be more specific about it. When you say support the indies, it's just kind of the concept. If you want to support the indies, then maybe shout out specific examples of things you like, of people who make things like that. Also, any of you that are on Blue Sky, use the repost button. Just because Blue Sky is not owned by a fascist dictator, and there's a lot of important information that Blue Sky gives around, and it's good for you to repost it instead of just leaving a like and going, because leaving that like doesn't actually do anything. And speaking of leaving likes, why not leave a like on this video? You don't have to. That's the coolest part. is you don't actually have to do anything. You don't even have to listen to me to do what I want you to do. You just have to value what you want above what they tell you you want. And if that's wishful thinking, then so be it. That's what we need. We need wishful thinking. We need people to believe in themselves, to believe in a future that is comfortable for themselves, for those they love. And we need people to stop attacking those that are under them. And I guarantee you, 99% of everyone who is racist or ableist or homophobic or misogynistic is just trying to fit in. They're just trying to fit in because that's what they were taught. They were taught that that's normal. You know better. You know better. Get other people to know better too. Educate people. Internet safety should not be something that the government has to step in about. Be responsible for yourself and for others. If you have a kid, sure, let them use the internet, but be with them. Be with them. Talk to them. Talk to people. And I don't want to have to say this, but go outside too. I go outside a lot. If everyone that used the internet went outside a little more often, the internet would be a much healthier place, simply because people were going outside more. Because it's good for you to do that. Sunscreen isn't expensive. It's not that bad. And really, outside itself would be a lot better if more people were out there, specifically because they'd have a reason to make it prettier. I don't think this video on its own is going to cause any change. I don't think that I'm going to succeed at causing some huge social movement. But you know what I am sure of? I'm sure that I can foster a community of people who think like this. Who think that we deserve a world that respects everyone. A world where respect is not some innate power you can use to tell people not to do things. A world where respect is a feeling. You respect people for things. And you respect people for their respect for you. Yes, guys, I am so quote-unquote woke. Yes, I am woke. Because that word, you know what that word meant when I was growing up? It meant you were aware of things. It meant you were wise beyond your years. But the meaning has been twisted and mangled into being, oh, that means gay people that I hate. But it doesn't need to be that way. People don't need to hate gay people. And when it comes to not safe for work content, again, I understand the panic that people are feeling, where it's like, oh, well, there's exploitation in the not safe for work industry, so therefore, if we get rid of the not safe for work, then there's less exploitation. But that's not going to fix the problem. That's going to make it worse. You're driving all of the not safe for work stuff underground and potentially in person instead of the internet, and causing the exploitation to be more hidden. Because this surveillance thing, it's kind of just censorship. And with the Online Safety Act going of its own accord to decide what is and isn't appropriate for everyone, they're going to censor people like me. They're going to censor everyone who's queer because our topics are unfortunate. And that's not appropriate for the kids. So then they shut us out. Then what happens? Then the kids who are queer and are looking for support, or those kids that are of a different race and are having trouble at school, or those kids who are having trouble at school because they're autistic and people don't get along with them. They don't get access to those resources because this algorithm is innately going to be biased, especially towards ableism, simply because that's what'll make the companies the most money. They can fix those biases, but they won't. They won't fix the biases because they have no reason to. Let's give them a fucking reason. We are to value ourselves, value our autonomy. Speak with your voice and listen with your ears and say it with me. I am worth something too, and I deserve respect. And I want every one of you, all of you who have made it this far, to say that to whomever is causing you trouble. Everyone. And eventually it'll start working. If you get harmed because of this, I guarantee you can make it. You can find somewhere that'll be safe. Because people do care about this. People do care. People care. Let the people who care be heard. Let the people who care be seen. And let the people who need that care have access to it. When even the fascist idiots running the countries are agreeing that privacy is an issue, then you guys know that something's wrong. If we got literally both of those stubborn US parties to agree on something, then there's something really wrong with the world right now. And I'd say this is the first step to fixing it, is being yourself and not putting others down. This is a long video. It's rambly, but it's real. This world holds so much promise. And I'm telling you, it's not too late. It's not too late. It's never actually too late to fix things. And I want to inspire everyone I can, to live a happier and healthier life. And it doesn't mean giving up the internet. It doesn't. It just means changing what it means to us. Changing it to mean something more. Obviously, there's going to be pushbacks. We all know there's going to be pushbacks to stuff like this. And when there's pushback, it may be a rational response for you to feel scared. But that's what they want. They want you to be scared whenever they push back at you. Human autonomy is something that often tries to get policed. They try to boil down morality to something so simplified that there's always a right answer. But sometimes there isn't. Remember the scandals a while ago, where everyone got really mad at Nintendo for DMCAing fan games? Meanwhile, some companies let those fan games slide. And the fans of those companies, the ones that let it slide, are thriving or having better lives because of it, better hobbies. It's because valuing someone's autonomy and valuing their creativity and seeing what they make as something that is good, it doesn't harm you. That's just a small example, but it becomes more evident when you look at real life. So much of the homeless crisis is caused by people being overprotective of their houses, people selling them for like millions of dollars. I only got a home because I managed to get into a subsidized house that takes an exact fraction of my income. Is that ideal for anyone? I guess it's ideal for me. It's ideal but it's not ideal for the people who don't make it in here. I'm kind of getting off topic. My point is, you don't have to make sacrifices to make the internet better. Because the fact that you would need to make those sacrifices are the internet's fault. And you can change it. So, don't just vote with your wallet when you're dealing with companies. You have to speak up. Speak your true feelings about something. And if you're wrong about your own feelings, you can try again. If you disagree with something you said yesterday, you can clarify. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to be scared of yourself. Because you can change what you say. If you've said something in the past that has caused harm, that's no skin off you if you recognize now what you're doing now. I'm not saying that every action is forgivable, but I am saying that every mistake can be corrected. I don't think that we'll ever reach a point of perfection, but that's not what we're aiming for. I'm saying that we have done better in the past as a species for making everyone have a more comfortable and healthy life. And on another note, the climate crisis is a big problem, and I don't think people know how much it's actually getting addressed. There's lots of people planting trees. There's being a whole area of ocean being protected from mining. And there's lots of people who want to go mine on the moon instead of on Earth because it has less environment to harm. So, although climate change is a real problem and it's nowhere near being solved, people are working on it. You shouldn't give up on it. It's very dangerous to give up on it. So don't give up. Don't give up on anything. I know this is sounding cheesy as hell, but literally your life does depend on this. Don't give up. Don't stop being you. Don't stop being loud. Use your voices and say what you mean to the best of your ability. It's a muscle that will grow. Your personal expression, your personal identity, it will get stronger. And when everyone's personal identity is stronger, they can't influence you as easily. And then we'll be back to a world where the corporations do what you want instead of you doing what they want. Final closing statements. All voices shall be heard. LGBTQIA+ pride forever. Black Lives Matter, as well as every other oppressed race in this goddamn world. If you are autistic, you are not broken. If you are a woman, you are a valued human being who does not have to be treated unequally. If you identify as something other than human, that's okay, because it doesn't affect anyone negatively at all. And if you like watching cartoons on the internet, that doesn't make you childish. Everything you do and everything you say has value. Start acting like it. Peace out. I'll see you next video.